Hi, I'm Maya Summer, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Bike Union and Coffee. If I think back to my youth, I remember that everybody around me worked hard. So you've talked about grandparents, parents, everybody around me worked hard, and that is definitely something that has stuck with me through all my years, that if you want to achieve something or if you want to get something done, it's going to take hard work to get it done, and that's definitely something I try to live my life by. I think the interesting thing with role models and mentors is knowing that they can come from all walks of life. And so I think a lot of the times when we think of role models or mentors, we think of people who have accomplished these big things, and that's great. And those people will make good role models and mentors. But I think the important thing to note is that role models and mentors can come from anywhere. And so if you have somebody, if you've been in an industry in a while or you know a subject really well, talking to somebody who is just getting familiar with that subject is really unique because they're going to have this fresh set of eyes and new perspective on it. And I think it's important to note that there's so many different types of people who can bring really cool information to a situation. I think pursuing your passion is really important because I believe that passion is the fuel that keeps people going, and it's certainly the fuel that keeps me going. So if you are in your career or in your art or whatever it is, it's the passion that's going to recharge your batteries and keep you going through the tough times. So when you talk about failure, I think failure and innovation really go hand in hand, because when you're putting yourself out there, out of the mainstream, out of your comfort zone, you're really opening yourself up to failures. And that means you're trying. That means you're really trying to push the limits. So without failure, there really can be no forward progress. So use those failures as hard lessons for your endeavors. My best advice for a young innovator is know why you're doing it and understand what you're doing. Because when you talk about innovation, that's generally something that happens outside the mainstream. And when you get outside the mainstream and you get outside the status quo, that's when people are going to try to push you back in. And so it's important to have your convictions to know why you're pushing the limits on this. Also, I think the other part about innovation is knowing that innovation isn't just a technological innovation or not just another way to make money. Innovation can be used for environmental purposes, for human services purposes, and so make sure that you are innovative in the way you use innovation.